Hey everyone, it's Kim and welcome to today's vlog. As you can see, we have changed our scenery slightly today. My husband is currently using his desk for work, so we've been relocated to the bedroom. Today's vlog is going to be a pregnancy Q&A. It is compiled of both questions that you, my viewers, have submitted to me, as well as some questions that I get asked a lot about this pregnancy. So I figured I would just do one video, kind of a compilation of questions. I have 20 questions here to answer, and some of these questions I have answered or talked about a little bit in previous vlogs, but then you'd have to go back through all my old vlogs and find all the answers, and that's just kind of annoying. So I figured I would just make one video with all the information right in it. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, question number one. Why the name Sparrow? Okay, I need to start this question with my son. When I was pregnant with him, at the first ultrasound, he looked like a gummy bear, and I said, "Oh, look at my baby gummy bear." And my husband was like, "Our little bear," and it just stuck, and he became our little bear from that day forward. And it fit, it still fits. Then so we decided with any future pregnancies, we would give them a cute little nickname. So when we got pregnant the second time, we were like, "Oh, our butterfly," and then we miscarried. And then when we got pregnant in January 2013, that was our little baby fox, which also sadly we lost to miscarriage. And then October 2013 came our baby owl, who also we miscarried. So when I got pregnant, when I found out in February that we were expecting again, we talked about it for all of 5 minutes, and we both said, Sparrow, that just kind of sounds right. It felt right. We got a good vibe. So this pregnancy became Sparrow. We started referring to the baby as Baby Sparrow from the day we found out, and she's just kind of been our little sparrow ever since, and it works for us. No, it is not actually going to be her name. It is just a nickname for those of you who aren't familiar with my channel. We do have a name chosen, which we will be announcing at her birth, but Sparrow is just a nickname, and it's just one that felt right to us. Okay, question number 2. What are the best and worst things about pregnancy? I'll start with the worst thing first, I guess. I feel that this pregnancy is going too fast. I just want to slam on the brakes and say, whoa, we're almost done. This is almost over. How is this possible? I feel like I haven't really had time to breathe. I feel like it's just gone flying past me, and before I know it, I'm going to be holding her in my arms, which will be incredible. But at the same time, it's like, where did my pregnancy go? So I am really glad that I'm documenting every week, and I get to look back and see how far we've come. And looking even at my 5-6 weeks vlogs, when I think about it in my brain, it's like, oh man, this pregnancy's gone so fast. Those feel like yesterday. But then when I watch them, there's little details that I don't remember. So it is going fast, which I'm feeling kind of panicky about, so that's not good. So I'd say that's the worst thing, is the panic I feel about it going so fast. The best thing about this pregnancy is the fact that I am pregnant, and I get to experience the miracle of growing a life inside of me for the second time. It's a healthy pregnancy, and it's a healthy baby, and I am beyond thrilled that I am getting to experience this journey, and I am just amazed at the incredible things that my body is doing to accommodate an entire another person inside of me, and it just blows my mind, and it's the coolest thing. So that would have to be the best thing about this pregnancy. Okay, question number 3. Sleeping arrangements. What are we planning on doing? This question stems from the fact that we live in a 2-bedroom place right now until the end of January, beginning of February. At that time, we are planning to move into a 3-bedroom, and Sparrow will then have her own room. She will be 3 months old at that point. However, we are planning to co-sleep with Baby Sparrow, and we will probably co-sleep up until she's about 1 year old. So even though she will have her own room, by the time she's 3 months old, she'll still be sleeping in our room for the next several months. So at the moment, we are not too fussed about not having a third room when she's born. We don't need a nursery. We have more than enough space in our room. We are just going to take her crib and sidecar it to our bed, which, if you don't know what that means, it means take off one side and attach it to our bed so the mattresses will line up flat. So I can just reach and put my hand on her or slide her closer to me, and we can breastfeed easily throughout the night. So that's kind of the plan. And we are planning to keep the arrangement like that for the first several months, if not year, of her life. So that's the plan for sleeping arrangements. We did that with Bear and it worked beautifully for us. So we're hoping it works again. Of course, every baby is different and our sleep relationship with her could be very different. And so we may decide we need to alter it a bit, but that is the plan for right now. All right, question number 4. What kind of birth are we planning? Currently, we are planning a home water birth, which is just as simple as it sounds. I'm giving birth in my own home in an inflatable pool filled with hot water. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that. So we are very, very excited about this. I will do a vlog about home birth and kind of my detailed plans and like what my birth plan is. I will do a whole vlog on that at some other time, probably when I get a little bit closer to delivery and I have certain things like essential oils and stuff I can show you and explain what all that's for. So that'll probably be up like 37, 38 weeks-ish. I'll do a birth plan vlog. So, but yes, home water birth, which ties into question 5. What is my biggest hope for the birth? My biggest hope for the birth is that it is shorter than my son's labor, which was 84 hours. So I'm hoping it's much shorter than that. And I am hoping that it is just a very peaceful, serene, non-complicated labor and delivery, that it is full of joy and wonder and just the miracle of birthing another human into the world, and that her birthday is as special as it possibly could be. So that would be my number 1 hope for the birth. Question number 6 is kind of in a few parts, so I will answer it in a few parts. It is a financial question, and the first part is, how do you go from having 1 child to 2 financially? How are you planning to handle it? Keep in mind, first of all, this pregnancy was very, very planned and very, very anticipated. So we had set aside, by the time I got pregnant, we had set aside a good nest egg for paying off for the birth and, you know, any supplies we would need during the pregnancy and things we would need for the new baby. So, you know, we weren't having to worry about that coming out of our income every month. We had a good chunk set aside already. So that was kind of refreshing and nice to just have that out of the way. Once she gets here, our budget will probably have to alter some, of course, based on her needs and things like that and where we're living at the time. And, you know, obviously our budget will change, but we do budget very carefully. We do like to save our money when we can. So I'm not too worried about going from 1 child to 2 financially. I think we will be just fine. I don't have any major concerns about it. Do we have any debts that we are currently paying off? The only debt we currently have is my school loans, my student loans that we are continuing to pay off. Those we just count as part of our budget. We pay them off monthly. We don't have too much left to pay, which is nice. So, I mean, can't really complain. Our car is totally paid off. You know, we have no outstanding medical bills. We don't own a credit card. So, I mean, nothing like that. It's just some student loans that we pay off every month faithfully, and so I'm not worried about that. And that is the only debt we currently have, and it's not a lot. Do we receive help? I'm assuming this means financially, since it's part of the financial question. And as far as help, the asker was anonymous. Wasn't very specific. I don't know if you meant government help or like help from family and friends. So I will just answer both. Government assistance, no. We are not on any kind of government assistance. No kind of welfare or food stamps or Medicaid or WIC or anything like that. We are not a part of any program like that. So we receive no assistance in that manner. As far as family and friends goes, sometimes my mom will be like, hey, here's $20, go treat yourself to a new shirt or something, but like, it's kind of random. I mean, we've never had to ask for help as far as like, hey, we're short on rent this month, can you spot us? Or anything like that. Like, we don't have anything like that. You know, we've been able to pay rent and put food on the table, all that, no problem. So we don't receive any kind of help in that manner, either from family or friends. So I'm thankful that we haven't had to ask, and that we have not stumbled upon a hard time where we would need to ask. I'm very, very grateful for that, especially with the way the economy is now. You know, with so many people, I mean, there's no guarantee, really, of what you're going to have, and that's one of the main reasons we budget so carefully, and we do try to save as much as we can. So if we do fall on a rough patch, we can still stand on our own 2 feet. So, I mean, who knows what the future holds, but I'm just very grateful we've never had to ask for help in that capacity. Okay, sorry. All right. Question number 7. How are we preparing Bear, and what has his reaction been so far? We've been very open with him since day 1 that Mommy has a baby in her tummy and it's going to come out, and, you know, he will be the big brother, he will need to help, and that the baby will be kind of boring at first and will probably cry a lot, and he probably won't like her very much at first, but they will grow up to be friends, and he seems pretty cool with this. He loves when the midwife comes over, he loves to help measure my belly and do the Doppler and like help be her little midwife's assistant at the appointment. He thinks that's the coolest thing. He calls the baby his baby. He says, how is my baby? Is my baby coming? So he feels already kind of included and involved, which is good. He loves to lay his head on my belly and sing her songs and give my belly kisses. He tells me all the time how much he loves his baby and can't wait to play with her. So he's definitely excited. He understands the concept. He knows what a baby is. When we see one in the store, he'll be like, oh, that's like my baby. Like, he understands that babies are tiny and fragile and you need to be gentle. And I think he'll be really good. I think he'll transition pretty well. Of course, I am expecting some jealousy and possibly a little bit of acting out. I'm not sure in what capacity. This is the first time we've ever added a live sibling, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but so far he has been very open and very loving and very gentle, so I'm hoping that continues once she's here. Okay, question number 8. Is my low weight gain this pregnancy on purpose? My gut answer for this is no, but then part of it is yes, so I will explain. I am not trying to lose weight. I am not on any kind of a diet. I am not restricting myself from eating or from getting the nutrients that I need. I am not working out like crazy. I go to work, which I am on my feet all day at my work. I am trying to eat as healthy as I can. I am trying to stay active, and I am trying to have a lot of water. So I'm trying to be as healthy as I can. And that doesn't really, to me, mean I'm trying to lose weight or trying to not gain weight. I am honestly quite surprised that I have gained as little as I have, and now in the past week I've lost. I am surprised. I am genuinely surprised. I was not expecting this. With my son's pregnancy, I gained almost 70 pounds. So to have only gained 10 pounds so far this pregnancy here, and tomorrow I'll be 31 weeks. So, I mean, I am shocked. I am. I was not expecting to only have gained that little. It was not intentional. I am not dieting. I am not saying, oh, I can only gain this much. No, I'm just trying to be as healthy as I possibly can be. And I am very healthy right now. The baby is very healthy right now. So there's really no cause for concern for my low weight gain. But no, people ask me all the time, well, are you dieting? I'm like, no, I'm pregnant. I'm pigging out on ice cream. Like, what? But I do get asked that question a lot. And people tell me all the time, wow, you look great. Have you lost weight? And I'm like, well, I'm pregnant. But no, it's definitely not something I'm intentionally trying to do. I am intentionally trying to be healthy, but I'm not intentionally trying to lose weight or gain minimal. I'm just trying to be healthy. Number 9. What is my most embarrassing pregnancy moment thus far? I would have to say, I guess, well, one of them was kind of awkward, but it was just me. So it wasn't really embarrassing because I didn't do it in front of everybody. But I went to the bathroom and I was walking back into my room from the bathroom and I sneezed and I peed myself. It's like, how did I just pee myself? I just went to the bathroom. I don't understand. So that was awkward. But my most embarrassing would have to be when I was at work about 2 weeks ago. I was taking an order at a table and I felt my tummy rumble and I was like, oh no. So I was trying to get away from the table as fast as I could. But heaven help me, these people wouldn't let me leave. They were like, no, we know what we want. And I couldn't take their order. They were going so slow and changing their minds. And I was like, I'm not going to get out of here in time. And I didn't. I ripped a huge one right there at their table. Luckily, the restaurant was really noisy. And I think only the old lady who I was standing like right next to taking their order, I think only she heard me because none of the other ones even looked up. They were all kind of like talking amongst themselves. She kind of glanced at me and I just went, sorry. And she looked at my baby bump. She's like, I got you, girl. I've been there. But I was mortified. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I just ripped a huge one at this table. Oh man. It was really embarrassing. And then in my head, I was like, please don't be stinky. Please don't be stinky. Because if it was stinky, the whole table would have known I did it. So I don't think it was because none of them ever reacted and I never smelled anything and none of them made faces or anything. So I think I got off pretty scot-free, but that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, number 10. What is my biggest fear for this pregnancy? My biggest fear would have to be somehow losing baby Sparrow. Whether through some kind of crazy cord accident where she gets a knot in her cord or it wraps around her neck or like my placenta just stops functioning and we don't know until too late or, something like that and she winds up, passing away. That's my biggest fear is having to go through that and not being able to bring home my miracle rainbow. Well, not bring home, but she'll be born at home, but not being able to, I guess, bring her home and have her here and part of our family. I mean, she'll always be part of our family regardless, but, to have to say goodbye before I can even say hello is my biggest fear for this pregnancy. And, I know the chances of losing the pregnancy this far along are, so few, but it's still such a big fear. So that would definitely be my biggest fear. 11. What is something I'm really looking forward to? I can't wait to see what she looks like. At birth, Bear looked exactly like I did as a newborn. I mean, our newborn faces, everything, we were identical. I was 3 pounds smaller than he was at birth, but our faces and our features and our hair, everything was identical from like me being a baby and him being a baby. So, but now he looks so much like my husband. And I mean, he has my eyes and I think he has my mouth, but he definitely has my eyes. But the rest of him is like all my husband. He's like a little clone except for my eyes. People who see my husband and my son together, they're like, oh, well, you can tell, he's definitely yours, which is cool. But I'm wondering if maybe she'll come out looking just like my husband and then morph more into me, or if she'll look like me and stay looking like me, or look like him and stay looking like him, or if it'll be a really weird blend, or maybe she won't look like either of us and she'll just have these like so many different traits from each of us and like from my bloodline and his bloodline that she'll be like totally different from both of us, but still so much of each of us, if that made any sense. But I can't wait to see what she looks like. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I can't wait. Okay, number 12. What is a symptom that surprised me the most? I would say the symptom that surprised me the most was nausea, considering it never actually showed up. I was expecting it every day the first trimester. I'd wake up thinking, maybe today is the day I get morning sickness. And it never showed up, and that shocked me. I had one day where I felt a little bit queasy, and I was thinking, is this it? Is this the start of my morning sickness, or did I have something funky last night? It was just something funky I ate, because I was fine. So that would be something that surprised me, and it surprised me by not being there. All right, question number 13. Why in your hauls and of things that you've bought the baby is it mostly newborn and 0 to 3 month clothing? Excellent question. Most people stock up on a variety of sizes, and we do have some 3 to 6 and 6 to 9 month stuff. But for the most part, yes, we have been buying 0 to 3 month clothes primarily, with a lot of newborn, but mostly 0 to 3 month. And that's because we don't know how big she's going to be at birth. Bear was almost 9 pounds. So, and he grew very, very quickly. By 1 week old, he was 10.5 pounds, I want to say. And then by a month, he was 12 something. By 2 months, he was 14.5 pounds. I mean, he grew so rapidly. So we don't know if she's going to be petite or if she's going to be big and grow quickly just like he did. So we live in South Florida. Now, if she is petite and doesn't hit the 3 to 6 month size until March or April, we will need a lot of short sleeve stuff and sundresses and summery type clothes for her. Because it gets very hot. If she's a really fast grower and she is in 3 to 6 months by January, that January, February are our coldest months. So we would want to gear more for long sleeve things and pants and hats and things to keep her a little more cozy. So we don't want to get a bunch of 3 to 6 month clothes and then 6 to 9 month and then have to return them because they're the wrong degree of temperature-ness. I don't know how to say that right. So basically, we're just going to play it by ear and see how quickly she grows. So we know, her newborn 0 to 3 month, we know what season it's going to be for that. We just don't know how quickly she will outgrow those things. So we're just going to play that by ear. All right, question number 14. When do I think I will go into labor? My official due date is November 2nd, which is a Sunday. I'm having a very, very strong feeling about November the 6th. I don't know why, but in all of my dreams, everything, I just keep thinking November 6th, November 6th. So I will not be surprised if I go overdue. I just have a feeling about November the 6th. My husband has a feeling about October 26th. So who knows? I mean, those dates are like a couple weeks apart. So, I mean, who knows? She'll probably show up somewhere in between there. But if you have a guess on when you think I will actually go into labor, please leave it below. Remember, my due date is November 2nd, so calculate around that. If you have a guess, leave it below. I think I'll probably wind up making one of those fun website things where you can enter your guesses, and then whoever gets the closest will win like a little prize or something from my family. We'll send you guys a little gift or something for guessing the closest. So I think I'll probably do that soon. I'll make one of those in a few weeks, and y'all can officially submit your guesses. All right, question number 15. What's the first thing you think you'll say to her? I have no idea. It's going to be heat of the moment. It's going to be intense and beautiful, and I really don't know what the first thing out of my mouth will be. So you'll just have to watch the labor and delivery vlog to see what I say first. All right, question number 16. How is your sex life now that you're pregnant? Non-existent, and I feel really bad for my husband. My pelvic pain and all that is just, I can't find a position to get comfortable, to be sexually active. Nothing I do is comfortable. I just feel kind of swollen and achy down there, and so our sex life is kind of non-existent, and I feel kind of bad. But he's okay. He's a big boy, and he can handle himself, and he's so sweet about it. He never pressures me. He never asks me. He knows how uncomfortable I am. You know, he brings me a heating pad for my back. He gives me back rubs, but he never tries to take it farther because he knows I'm just uncomfortable and it wouldn't be enjoyable for me. And he's really considerate like that. I really, really, really lucked out with a great guy in regards to that. I never feel pressured. I never feel like he is resenting me, you know, for not being able to be sexually active at this time. And I can only say I promise I will make it up to him after the postpartum period of healing and my libido is back. I will definitely have to make it up to him because he's just been so supportive and so wonderful throughout this whole pregnancy for me, and I really couldn't have asked for a better partner. That kind of turned into a mushy rant about how much I love my husband. I'm sorry. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do I feel? Most days I'm a 9. Some days I'm like a 7 or an 8. Usually the 7 or an 8 days are days that I had to work on my feet all day, and my pelvis aches and my back aches. But, you know, once I take a nice warm bath and I just put my feet up for 30 minutes, you know, just prop them up, I feel a lot better. So most days I'm like a 9, but occasionally I'm a 7 or an 8 if I had a really rough day at work. But for the most part, I feel great. Okay, question 18. What are my plans for the first few weeks postpartum? My husband is planning on taking some time off of work to spend with us, and I don't know how long he'll be able to take. I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks he's taking. Somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks he'll take to help with the transition from 1 child to 2, to help me kind of maintain the house and learn the routine for this new baby and establish breastfeeding and get my rest and heal up, as well as take care of an active toddler. And so that's kind of the plans for the first little bit there. He's going to take some time off. We're just going to quietly bond as a family, establish breastfeeding. I am planning on doing like freezer meals, doing a lot of crock pot freezer meals, just chopping it all up, putting it all in the individual Ziploc bags, throwing it all in the freezer, and then just pulling one out in the morning, throwing it in the crock pot so that I have dinner for the evening. So it's like a no fuss type thing. We are planning on doing a lot of that kind of thing. So that's kind of our plans as far as that goes. 19, what are your work plans? Okay, I am currently, tomorrow I'll be 31 weeks pregnant. I am planning to stop working altogether by 38 weeks. I may stop at 37 weeks, but right now I'm planning to stop at 38. So at 36 weeks, I will put in my official 2 weeks notice and I'll say, hey, 2 more weeks and then I'm out, and I'm just going to enjoy the last 2 weeks of my pregnancy in peace at home. So that's my work plans as of now. Obviously, you know, I have a few weeks until then, so things could change depending on my physical ability to handle the stress of the job and how uncomfortable I do become in the next few weeks. I think I'll probably be okay, but I might not be, and obviously if things change, I will of course update you and let you know what I'm doing regarding work. But that's the plan for right now. And question number 20, what are the big things you still have to do before she gets here? I still have to sort her clothes into their appropriate sizes. I have to wash them all and put them all away and hang them up and or put them in the drawers. We still need to get the cloth diapers and prep those and strip them and get them ready for use when she gets here. I still need to line up birth photography because I would love to have a photographer come to the birth, but everyone that I've talked to wants to charge me an arm, a leg, and my firstborn child to do this. And it's kind of ridiculous, like over $1,000. I don't get it, but yeah, photography, I mean, they're talented, but over $1,000, oh my. And I'm like, you don't even have to edit them, just use my camera. I just want someone there to take pictures and video, so I have it. So I'll probably just have a friend do it. So I still have to do that. Still have to buy all the breastfeeding stuff and kind of get a little breastfeeding nook set up. And I still have to kind of deep clean the apartment, which, you know, can always be done at any time. So those are really the big things that I still have to do before she gets here. Obviously, I have several weeks to accomplish these things, so I'm not too fussed about it. I do feel urgency that, yes, I need to get them done, but I'm not going to go out and do it all in one day. I would exhaust myself. So I'm just going to pace myself and do things as they come. So yeah, this has been my pregnancy Q&A vlog. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I will try to address them in my 31-week pregnancy vlog, which will be up either Monday or Tuesday. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I appreciate all of your love and support. Thank you. Bye.